Hey, what's up there, everybody? So today we're checking out Farming Simulator 25 on the ROG Ally. We're going to see its performance as well as the best settings you can use to get the best performance out of the console. Now, just a big shout out to Giant Software for sending over this code for the game so I could go ahead and check it out. If you would like to check out Farming Simulator 25 for yourself, go ahead and check out the link in the description down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, helps me out a lot. Check out my socials in the links in the description as well, and let's get to it. Before we get started, I do want to mention that I did run into a few problems trying to get this to work on the ROG Ally. Now, trying to get 1080p is not going to happen. You could try to set your settings as low as possible and you might get 1080p with the higher wattage, but at that point you're just killing your battery. The display just doesn't look that great for 1080p, so I have mine set to medium at 720 and it looks perfectly fine as is. Anything more and you're just going to drop below 30 fps and it's not going to be a good gaming experience. So I have here the advanced graphic settings, and you could go ahead and check this out for yourself. I did tweak a couple of things here and there, but it's majority just set to the standard medium settings. I am going to be running this at 15 watts as well. If you try to bump this up to 25 watts or even 20 watts, you're really not going to see too much of a difference. I've noticed that 15 watts performance is pretty much the sweet spot when it comes to medium at 720p. Like I said, you could try 1080p. I've even gone ahead and maxed it out at 30 watts and I was still getting around 30 fps and it was dipping here and there as well. But with the current settings, as you see here, in certain situations you are going to see about an 50 fps. It's going to dip down to about 35 when you're in vehicle, and when you're just walking around it's going to be about 45 on average. So it does fluctuate a lot and it does depend on where you are in the map. Obviously, the more you have to render, the more that it is going to determine how much your FPS is. Now, another thing is, once you are in the game and you do start the game up for the first time, it does have to manually download shaders. So I just want to throw that out there. When you first get into the game, it may feel a little choppy. You may see a couple hiccups here and there. Just walk around a bit, give it about a minute or so, let the game actually download those shaders, and then it will start to run a bit more smoothly. I did notice a 10 FPS difference from when I first started the game to where I am now. So that is a big change. Just keep that in mind if you are going ahead and playing this game and you notice that your FPS don't match mine for whatever reason. That might be the reason. So now I do go ahead and actually mess around with this. As you see, resolution says 1080, but the in-game is set to 720. I don't think that really does matter all too much. I do go ahead and mess around with the wattage a little bit, and you may find that you'll hit 45, 50 a little bit more evenly, but no matter where I set it to, as you see here, 25 watt turbo doesn't really make much of a difference compared to the 15 watt performance. You might see a 5 FPS difference, but it's not enough to really justify the battery usage when it comes to this game. So overall, the game runs smoothly at a 15 watt 720p medium settings. Any more, any less, and you're just giving up a little too much for my preference. But it's a good game. It actually does run really well. Looks amazing in the hands. I am recording through OBS, so I might have a little bit of performance issues or performance hits here and there. I did have it plugged in from the wall as well, and I tried a 30 watt turbo, and it barely makes a difference. As you see here, it may spike up to 55, but you're not going to hit 60 FPS. Maybe when you're walking around, running around different type of vehicles, you might find that you're hitting the 60 and above, but other than that, you're pretty much set between the 40 and 50 FPS range. And personally, I think this is just the sweet spot. So if you're going to go ahead and check this game out for yourself, I highly recommend you check that out there. There are a few more things that I wanted to go over. There are some other problems that I actually ran into with this game in the ROG Ally. For one, there are instances where the game would just boot me out of controller mode and put me into desktop mode, keyboard and mouse. I don't know what I was doing in order to cause this. I might have actually opened up the menu and touched something, but the menu itself, the ROG Ally, would actually show that I was still in controller mode, but the game would think I was in keyboard and mouse, and the joysticks would act as a keyboard and mouse, and I would have to do certain things and adjust within the settings to actually get it to kick me back into controller mode. Now, when you do open up the ROG Ally's menu itself, where it shows the wattage, the controller, the frame rate and all that, the actual ROG software itself, It's very laggy while playing this game, and I've not experienced this with other games. I don't know if it's this game itself. Maybe there's an update that's messing with my ROG Ally. I'm not entirely sure what's causing the problem. If you're having this issue and you're playing this game, let me know. I just wanted to make sure that it's not my console itself. Trying to switch between different TDPs, going from 10 to 15 to 25 or whatever it may be. It does lag hard when trying to run it on this game. Another issue is when you actually are trying to mess with the settings on the game itself, graphically wise, you can't do it within the game. You actually have to back out to the dashboard of the game, swap the settings, they go back into the game. So testing this was kind of a bit of a headache, but other than that, the game is great. It does have some great quality of life improvements. The AI system is actually pretty well. As you see here, I'm having an AI driver actually cut the surrounding area of these crops here, and while that's happening, as you saw before, I was in the John Deere. I could go ahead and grab that while the AI player is cutting the crops. There are other things as well. If you, for instance, when you try to dock your equipment, in previous games, you might have actually had to dock the equipment perfectly for it to align and actually set. With this, it has like a snapping feature, so if you get it close enough, the game will actually just snap the components together so that you don't have to be pinpoint accurate. Hard word for me to say. But yeah, the game is great. It runs amazing. 40 to 50 FPS is what you're going to get at 720p medium settings at 15 to 20 watt TDP. You couldn't really ask for more. But if you happen to have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Once again, big shout out to Giant Software. If you want, check out the game for yourself. I'll have it linked in the description down below with everything else you can find down there as well. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Thanks for watching.